Dobra. 3 po prawie pół godziny, no to wystarczająco będzie.
Mark my words, miss. These murders are the work of a vampire.
Not a drop of blood left
O,
in his body.
czekajcie.
This is the work of a vampire.
A vampire?
O,
You best be off to your hunt,
chwila.
for if the sewer dog is back and hunting all these
Niech
poor
kurde
fuckers,
gada, zaraz wracam.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth, claws, murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady.
Dobra, wybaczcie mi, telefon miałem. O, a gościuba gdzie? Kurde. Poszła mi. No i
Good
tak to
evening,
bywa,
sir.
no.
Have you witnessed?
And what do you...
My name is Ichabod Frogmorton, vampire
Oh.
hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking.
Mr. Frogmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
Dobra.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Oh boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone.
No przez chwilę chciałem kurde
Violence
ten
seems endemic in
zatrzymać,
this part of
ale
town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
dobra.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
On jest zdrowy, zdrowy.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
Dawaj.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour, but I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people.
Molested.
Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
Dobra.
Goodbye.
Dobra. Zróbmy takie coś innego. Gdzie ta kobiecina w ogóle jest? To jest ten bar. Teraz przelecimy.
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize?
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I...
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much.
I'm Jason Delaney.
Dobra, dochodzimy do tego, kurde no. On jest chory? Jest chory.
Inebriation
Pierwsze,
aside, do you need
pogadajmy, czy
medical help?
lekarstwom damy.
I feel sicker than usual these days.
Tak? No to podajemy
Take
lekarstwo.
this then. And perhaps you could try to slow down the alcohol intake too.
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop the only remedy I can afford.
Dobra. Teraz.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Delaney?
I drink. I drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night. And then I drink some more.
Why do you drink so much?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly. Death can be so abrupt. Personally, I like to see mine coming at my own pace.
You sound
Dawaj.
very sad, sir.
That's because I am Doc.
Don't you work at all?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time. Didn't I tell you? Drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night.
Dobra.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly. So joyful.
No reason at all.
Let me tell you a story.
All right. Go on.
A few
No to.
years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good, a tragedy occurred nearby.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. Bomb that exploded and killed many people. Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts, fire, broken window of the shoe shop, the torn street light.
You lost people you loved that day, didn't you?
I've lost everything. But you know what the worst part is? I don't even remember where it happened. I've drunk so much to forget it. And now I can't remember where it was. I can't pay my homage to the dead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Delaney.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just leave a flower for me there. Even if you tell me where it is. I'm not sure I'd memorize it.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly. So joyful.
Dobra.
Why are you...
Sinister.
Another time... Is that... Why are
No.
you so...
Sinister.
Dobra. Jest to samo. Myślałem, kurde, tam...
Surely you must have had dreams and expectations when you were young, like everybody else.
Sure. I wanted things to change. To really change. And to change for good. The bigger
No.
the dream, the
Dawaj,
harder
dawaj,
the fall.
Sounds like you were an idealist, which is honorable.
No, sir. I was an anarchist and I believed that exclusive property is a robbery in nature. I wanted a new world to rise from the ashes, Dr. Reed.
O,
Do you really...
No.
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor, make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Do you still see your comrades, then? Even if you don't agree with their methods anymore, I mean.
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day. I'll raise my glass to that splendid idea.
Do you believe in a bloodless revolution, then?
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor. But I'll admit I like your idea of peaceful change. I like it a lot.
No. Czekajcie, sprawdzę, czy coś jeszcze jest. Czekajcie. No to
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where
I really don't.
Who could?
About this.
Dobra.
Goodbye.
Coś nieciekawego. Dobra. Za bardzo. Anarchiści jakiś ma. Jakaś kobiecina, to chyba ta była, nie? Ale to jest
Good
ten
evening,
Hein,
miss.
tak?
I am Dr. Reed.
Who are you?
As I just told you,
The Pembroke Hospital, you say?
Aha.
I don't have any money for you leeches.
I'm not here for charity, Miss.
Miss Edwina Cox.
A, to nie
So
jest
what
ta.
do you want then?
Bardzo podobna do tej...
Fancy
tej
buying something from me, maybe?
O! Patrzcie.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
I'm not interested in a career in the...
Fair enough.
Since my return from the...
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
O!
What can you tell me about this?
You can't
Dobra.
You sound like
take the grade,
looting.
whatever.
To muszę przewinąć,
Really?
bo to...
Really?
But
Wybaczcie, ale
You still
najważniejsze są
use your
niebieskie.
husband's name, Edwina. Why is that?
why shouldn't I? He may be a bloody bastard, but I'm still his wife and his name means something round here.
Are you aware of what happened to him?
Yes. I'm sure he fought till the end and looked death in the eyes. The boys will mourn him. Except one of them, maybe.
Czekajcie, ona chora? Nie.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
What happened exactly?
I don't know and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard, but he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway.
No one messes with the wet boot boys, Doctor. This is our territory and this is our law.
And your conscience.
Violence.
So you decide.
Yes, Doctor.
Ty kurde.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton.
The sad saint. I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
No dobra.
Can I...
As long as you
Patrzmy,
have...
co ona ma. Dobra. Dobra. Tego reszty już nie potrzebuję. Dobra. No czekajcie. Gdzie ona jest?
Been a while since we've seen any news.
Czekajcie, jeszcze
Good
raz.
evening.
Hello again.
Jeszcze raz, przepraszam.
As long as
Czytaj.
you-
Chciałem sprawdzić ID i tutaj będziemy mieli do sprzedania śmieci. Śmieci to butelki, była chłodnica i srebrna lusterka, jest niewielki ten, dobra. Dobra, mapa. Dobra, dobra. A ty
Good
tu
evening,
co?
sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Serio? No ja ci na pamiątkę mogę
Are you
użyć
some
jak
kind of
chcesz.
vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
No.
I could kill you for saying that.
So,
What the...
well, yes.
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The wet boot boys work for me. All of
Okay.
them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
Czekajcie. To niezdrowe.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Serio? No to zaraz pogadamy z nim jeszcze raz, tylko czekajcie. O.
Tell me about the man you killed, Booth. What happened?
One of us had been killed, so we had to retaliate. That's the whole story.
There has to be more to it than that.
No, really, one of us got killed, so the killer had to die. That's how things have always been done round here. No one gives a shit.
I think you're wrong. Maybe the docks have always been violent, but you can't say the living don't suffer because of it.
And then what? Let the commies and the anarchists rule? Nah. We're the wet boot boys. Our fathers died on these docks and they belong to us.
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
No tak, ale nie mogę chyba zrobić. No szkoda.
Goodbye.
To będzie kurde tutaj. Okatrup. Wkurzał ludzi. Następnych. O. Czekajcie, mapa. Tutaj jeszcze chyba byłem już. Tak. Czekaj, zaraz tą kościołą porozmawiamy, tylko zerkniemy sobie tu, tutaj, czy coś jest? Nie ma. No i wracamy do kościowej Cox tej. Menda. Chodź.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
Oczywiście.
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
Behind all your crude words and your attitude, I sense romance
No.
and a soft heart, Miss Cox.
Romance? I have no time for such rubbish. I use Booth like I use everyone else.
Już więcej nic nie masz? Jeszcze masz jakąś wskazówkę. Ale już źle dobrałem słowa. Chyba. Tak mi się wydaje. O, patrzcie. Odwracona wskazówka. I właściwie została mi jeszcze jedna wskazówka, czyli utraciłem. No i była, no. No
Goodbye, Miss
jedną
Cox.
utraciłem wskazówkę. No bywa, czasem no, tak jest, tak mi się wydawało, że tak będzie najlepiej. Dobra. Tu jest, dobra. Pogadajmy z tą.
Evening, miss.
Well, I know.
I'm much...
Welcome back to the...
What can you tell me about this area?
Dobra, to już z tą rozmawiałem wcześniej.
If you're uncertain about your safety here, the docks might not be the
I
right...
got
This...
We get...
Your boss...
Yeah. Yeah.
So this...
No i kurde, czyli za szybko to z tą. Nie chodzi o bardziej.
Excuse my curiosity, but
Some inbox.
believe me,
If that's... No.
Dobra, to czyli nic ciekawego, a ona ma coś, chorobę jakąś? Nie.
Miss Cavendish,
You better up.
why...
We respect...
No to ty.
Goodbye.
A ty? Co
Good
ty tu
evening,
robisz?
Miss.
Znowuż.
Goodbye.
Dobra.
I think I'm losing my mind. I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
Powiem wam chwilkę. Tu są te, tu są schody też. Dobra. Mnie interesuje, czy coś jest to takiego, że trzeba do zabrania, a to nie. Dobra. Pogadajmy z tym kurde.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You remember?
Of course I...
Thank you.
I'm still Tom Watts.
Dobra.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's not that bad. Thanks to people like the sad saint of the East End.
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure. Few are foolish enough to make peace with the gangs. Sean is one of them.
How is it you can...
Well, since it...
You're...
I won't...
How could a... Doctors...
Oh,
Klucz do magazynu. O, dostałem. Dobra.
Why do you...
of course I...
Dobra. Trzeba szybko przelecieć, to już trzeba odpocząć trochę od tego.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
The import...
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
I believe he returned.
Oh, I bet.
Please.
Well, I don't know.
Czyli Hampton ma sporo tych. A jedną to utraciliśmy, ale...
Goodbye, Mr. Watt.
Dobra. Tylko najpierw to ja jestem jakiś szczery, żeby zobaczyć, co tutaj jest na górze. O, właśnie różne rzeczy, różne itemki. Dobra. Safety, to jest najważniejsze. Coś więcej? Nie. Teraz przyszedłem do tego, co miał wcześniej gabinet, co szukaliśmy tej kobieciny. Dobra. I teraz idziemy szybciutko. Tak. Tutaj jeszcze raz pójdziemy w tą mańkę.
It's locked.
Zamknięte drzwi. Dobra. Jakiś magazyn. Gdzieś to jest ten... Aha, to jest na tą stronę. Spróbuję zrobić tak, to nie będzie wcisnąć się w tą stronę, tutaj przejdziemy sobie... O! Jakoś tak, może na skróty da się. Da się. Czy się da tepnąć? Da się. No to chodzi. I patrzcie, jesteśmy sam raz. Tam ci powinien być. Ha, ha, ha. Właściwie to ja mogę tego zostawić, żeby zapalił. Chodź tu. Gryza. Jak tak? Czas zginąć. Dobra. Dobra. Mapa. To doki są nie w tu na szczęście, ale... O. W tym? Nie wiem, co się nie świeci. Mapka. Nie ten kierunek. Nie mogę sprawdzić w góry. Da się coś przejść, dobra. O.
Tom has so much alcohol, he could keep this district afloat for quite some time.
Jak widzicie, itemów jest sporo. Trzeba zbierać je wszystkie. Jak się nie zbierze, no to stracimy okazję. Dobra. Dobra, mapka. I to będzie coś takiego, chyba to jest to. Tylko sprawdźmy, czy tędy da się wejść. No. Czekaj, tamtu. Tutaj nie da się. Tędy chyba nie. Ten szczur. Znaczy, o.
This is despicable.
Wiem. Dawaj jeszcze raz, jest mega szczura.
I have this thirst for
Tego nie
blood.
powiesz. A co ja mam powiedzieć? Dobra. Zatrzymamy sobie i akcję rozpoczniemy w następnym, ostatnim filmiku. Miało być ostatni ten, ale jeszcze jeden zrobimy.